Part 174. The Hajj of Abu Bakr. In 9 after Hijrah, the people of Taif accept Islam, and the expedition of Tabuk subdued any threat from the north. The political climate was now stable, and the Muslims were firmly in control. The Prophet then sent Abu Bakr to lead a group of 300 Muslims on Hajj, but did not join them. He said, "The polytheists perform tawaf around the Kaaba naked, and I do not wish to perform Hajj until that is abolished." It is noteworthy that the Prophet did not forbid Abu Bakr from attending, but just highlighted that it was not befitting for a prophet. The polytheists claimed that their nakedness represented piety just as Adam and Eve were naked. Allah revealed,
"Whenever they commit a shameful deed, they say, 'We found our forefathers doing it, and Allah had commanded us to do it.' Say no, Allah never commands shamefulness. How can you attribute to Allah what you do not know?" Surah 7, verse 28.
He also said,
"O children of Adam, we have provided for you clothing to cover your nakedness and as an adornment, but the best clothing is righteousness. This is one of Allah's bounties, so perhaps you will be mindful. O children of Adam, do not let Shaitan deceive you as he tempted your parents, that is, Adam and Eve, out of paradise, and caused their cover to be removed in order to expose their nakedness. Surely he and his soldiers watch you from where you cannot see them. We have made the devil's allies of those who disbelieve." Surah 7, verses 26 to 27.
The Prophet sent Abu Bakr to ensure that the non-Islamic rituals were abolished, and that Hajj was to be performed according to the Sharia. Within hours of Abu Bakr's arrival, Allah revealed the first section of Surah Al-Tawbah directed at the pagans of Arabia. Surah Al-Tawbah is the only surah in the Quran that does not start with the basmala, that is, "In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful." When Ali was asked why, he replied,
"The basmala is issued as a contract of protection and mercy. Surah Bara'ah was revealed with the sword and provides no such protection."
Surah Bara'ah is another name for Surah Al-Tawbah, taken from the first word of the surah, which means disassociation, or a discharge from all obligations.
This is a discharge from all obligations, by Allah and His Messenger, to the polytheists you have entered into treaties with. You, polytheists, may travel freely through the land for 4 months, but know that you will have no escape from Allah, and that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. A declaration from Allah and His Messenger to all people on the day of the greater Hajj, that Allah and His Messenger are free of the polytheists. So if you repent, it will be better for you. But if you turn away, then know that you will have no escape from Allah, and give good news to the disbelievers of a painful punishment. As for the polytheists who have honored every term of their treaty with you, and have not supported an enemy against you, honor your treaty with them until the end of its term. Surely Allah loves those who are mindful of Him, but once the sacred months have passed, kill the polytheists, who violated their treaties. Wherever you find them, capture them, besiege them, and lie in wait for them on every way. But if they repent, perform prayers, and pay zakah, then set them free. Indeed, Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. And if anyone from the polytheists asks for your protection, O Prophet, grant it to them so they may hear the word of Allah, then escort them to a place of safety, for they are a people who have no knowledge. How can such polytheists have a treaty with Allah and His Messenger, except those you have made a treaty with, at the sacred mosque? So as long as they are true to you, be true to them. Indeed, Allah loves those who are mindful of Him. How can they have a treaty? If they were to have the upper hand over you, they would have no respect for kinship or treaty. They only flatter you with their tongues, but their hearts are in denial, and most of them are rebellious. They chose a fleeting gain over Allah's revelations, hindering others from His way. Evil indeed is what they have done. They do not honor the bonds of kinship or treaties with the believers. It is they who are the transgressors. But if they repent, perform the prayer, and pay zakah, then they are your brothers in faith. This is how we make the revelations clear for people of knowledge. But if they break their oaths after making a pledge and attack your faith, then fight the champions of disbelief, who never honor their oaths, so perhaps they will desist. Will you not fight those who have broken their oaths, conspired to expel the messenger from Mecca, and attacked you first? Do you fear them? Allah is more deserving of your fear if you are believers. So fight them, and Allah will punish them at your hands, put them to shame, help you overcome them, and soothe the hearts of the believers, removing rage from their hearts. And Allah pardons whoever He wills, for Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Do you believers think that you will be left without Allah, proving who among you truly struggles in His cause, and never takes trusted allies other than Allah, His messenger, or the believers, and Allah is all aware of what you do. It is not for the polytheists to maintain the mosques of Allah while they openly profess disbelief. Their deeds are void, and they will be in the fire forever. The mosques of Allah should only be maintained by those who believe in Allah and the Last Day, establish the prayer, pay zakah, and fear none but Allah. It is right to hope that they will be among the truly guided. Do you, pagans, consider providing the pilgrims with water and maintaining the sacred mosque as equal to believing in Allah and the Last Day and struggling in the cause of Allah? They are not equal in Allah's sight, and Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. Surah 9, verses 1 to 19.
The Prophet sent Ali ibn Abi Talib to catch up with Abu Bakr, as he said, "No one shall convey these verses except someone from my household." The Prophet understood that the pagans of Arabia still held lineage as the primary authority, and Ali was an extension of himself. When Abu Bakr saw Ali riding on the Prophet's camel, he immediately asked,
"Are you being sent as a commander over me, or am I still the commander?"
Ali responded that Abu Bakr was still the commander. It is against the Sharia to terminate a contract without prior notice. Allah thus notified all pagans in Arabia that they had 4 months of safety and freedom before they must disperse. However, if the treaty stipulated a length of time, then the Prophet was commanded to uphold that time clause even if it continued beyond the 4 months. Abu Bakr then made 4 major announcements.
No one shall enter paradise except a believer. No one shall perform tawaf naked. No polytheist shall perform tawaf. And any treaty between the believers and the pagans will expire after 4 months, except if it stipulated a specific time frame.
As for the verse of the sword, that is,
But once the sacred months have passed, kill the polytheists who violated their treaties wherever you find them, capture them, besiege them, and lie in wait for them on every way. But if they repent, perform prayers and pay zakah, then set them free. Indeed, Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful. Surah 9, verse 5.
It was revealed in the specific context of idol-worshipping in the haram. Paganism in the sacred mosque was no longer tolerated, and this verse was a strong deterrent to ensure its sanctity is upheld. No one was killed as a result of this verse, and it is not a free license to kill disbelievers. This is evidenced by the fact that no Muslim leader, including the caliphs, ever killed and expelled their non-Muslim residents.